you slap a bass?
Yeah, how do you slap bass?
Man, I get asked that heaps. Let's take a look on how to do it, but first, what about the history? As far back as the 1920s, bassists were having trouble being heard because of the large horn sections and some of the big bands and all the rest. So they started to do a technique known as slapping on their upright basses, and also the sister technique to that is of course popping, and we're going to go through both of those back in the future. What we're effectively trying to do with the slapping is almost act like a drumstick on a drum pad or a drum skin. We want to be able to get a good, decent bounce off the string when we're whacking it, just like we do with a drumstick. There should be some return energy coming off your thumb. Now when we're doing it, we're going to be using this part of our thumb here, this part of the knuckle right here, and the most important motion to get used to when you're trying to slap is this. It's literally all in the wrist. Keep it all nice and loose, tuck the fingers up, and you're wanting to hit this part here. Now this looks like this this is on a 5-string bass, but I'm going to be on the E string here. So here's this part of your thumb. Remember, it's all on that wrist. So you have a thumb bounces off the string. A string. So if you were slapping a groove, popping involves the opposite of slapping. So instead of slapping with your thumb, you're going to pop it with your finger. Almost at the opposite, the snare to the bass. Some pops with some ghost notes as well. I'm going to do a slap down for the ghost notes. Alright, let's try and combine the two. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do a hammer on the 2nd fret on the D string, and that's a pop, and then just a slap on the E. Most importantly, you guys, make sure you keep this wrist action happening. It should be nice and loose and have quite a percussive quality to it. You want to be bouncing off the strings. It might take you a wee while to get sorted out. Often body positioning can be a bit of a problem, so move around with your arms. Everybody's different, and everyone will approach the angle of the slap and the angle of the pop. But just keep working on it. New stringers are going to give you a bit more brightness, and you're going to hear them a bit more. And try and slap where the neck meets the body if possible, but you'll find where you like it. So yeah, should we see how those other guys work? Why don't you guys give it a go? Give it a go, mate.
Sure.
Wow, those guys are really catching on.